Good morning, Franz. How you doing? Fantasy was first. The universe is back to normal. Conk was second. Good morning, Conk Lobster. Cora's third. I cannot pronounce that. You'll have to teach me how to say that at some point, Cora. And Dwarf, good morning. I have some very hot coffee that's already got cat hair in it. It begins once more. with only one cat instead of four. The cat hair has taken time to distribute itself. Fantasy, you're on a 3-stream streak. Woo! Thank you for the watch streak. And that gives you even more star shells. I just don't know what to do for the redeems. Man. I wanted to work on them yesterday, but after stream I ended up with a headache. And I laid down for a little while. So I didn't exactly work on much. Hold on, I have an illustration open. I don't remember what it is, so I have to quickly... Because sometimes... Oh, it's just the Superman. Okay. From yesterday. Sometimes I'm working on stuff that I can't show, whether it's, you know, for a client who doesn't want their stuff on stream, or it's like a painting that's a gift, or it's a not safe for work piece, and definitely not safe for Twitch at that point. Like, if I were to work on something equivalent to a free Velita card, wouldn't be allowed to do that on stream. Well, the men's cards, you can 100% draw on stream. The women's cards you can't, because apparently titties on women, even though men have them too, are sexual. We need to get over this. We got over it in Ontario like 30 years ago when they're like, yes, women are also allowed to go shirtless in Ontario. Do women go shirtless in Ontario? No, but we are allowed to. It is no longer considered considered a crime of indecent exposure to have your shirt off as a woman in Ontario. So if I wanted to run around or like go jogging or walking with my titties out, I'm allowed. That's a way to start the morning. So I'm sipping my tea, my coffee. I had to look down at it and be like, this isn't tea. It's one of those days. I forgot to open my blinds. So my room is really dark, which makes my ring light feel extra bright. Oh, I have knocked my ring light over. I don't have anything to attach my ring light to because the shelf was chopped apart. So I'm going to build the desk this weekend, hopefully. Hopefully. So I think I need some pine boards, a pine post, and stain. I think that's what I need in order to do this project. I have all the tools. And I was gonna get my brother to help me with that. By taking me up to the hardware store to get the stuff that I need. And then get my dad to help me to, cut and, drill the holes. Teach me how to use his equipment, where he keeps it, how to take care of it, so that, I can use it whenever I need to, because I'm an adult. And, I need to learn how to do these things. And, plus, I like working with power tools, but I'm used to, like, an operational shop. Not a cramped garage that is somewhat dangerous. So, yeah. And the people that I hung out with last night for craft night, I found out that a pair of them are moving back to the neighborhood. The guy's mom is looking for an apartment so that she can downsize, and she's gonna give them her house. So they're moving back to the neighborhood, so the guy's moving back into his childhood home. He's one of my brother's best friends. And I really like his friend's wife. She's really nice and funny and probably a bit unhinged. I love her. We did embroidery last night, and Cheese and his friend, we'll call him Mechanicor, because that was sort of his quote-unquote nickname. And Mrs. Mechanicor, she did, Kavach, good morning! She did a portrait of her partner, and it's beautiful. I was all serious and I took lots of time to choose. Cheese forgot his cheese at your place, by the way. I didn't know he intended to take it with him. Yes, portrait in quotes. It's reminiscent of a Picasso. It is true art. But along the lines of the way that Picasso and Edvard Munch's The Scream are a bit nightmare fuel. And it's perfect. Portrait is a very loose definition of what she created, and it's amazing. I was all serious and chose like an actual like nice design because I wanted to challenge myself, because I had already done embroidery and I've already designed my own embroidery. And there's an argument towards cubism to be made. I don't know. I think we gotta like mix Picasso and Salvador Dali together, and that's what you get. It's a bit surrealist cubism, and of course, you know, she's never done embroidery before, so she picked the hardest possible thing to do, which is a human portrait, which even I wouldn't attempt in embroidery. And it was amazing. Kavach, what name do they go by online? Well, you built your couch? The one that was in the living room under the weird painting? The questionably Asian Cruella de Vil? That painting is also art in its own way. Or rather print, I guess. It's sort of like an ink drawing. The knees. This is my bed, by the way, and my desk that I'm working on. I'm still faffing about with the bed. The desk is pretty much what I want to do. That's fine, that's fine. I don't know if you heard anything I said. Marna, good morning. How you doing? Yeah, I chose one of the... Oh, there's Streamboo bot. Everybody just coming in at once. All the regulars, including Streamboo. Oh, I was asking what name our two friends go by online now. Because the only one I really know is Mechanicor. But that's like the old pirate's name that we used for him. And I don't want to like give out people's names without permission, so I only know their human IRL names. Let's see if I can grab the picture of what I was working on. So, something along the lines of this. It's the, it's one of the clan, crests from Grandmaster Demonic Cultivation, because, I have Modazushe brain rot, and so I decided to do the Latin clan's, insignia. Pineapple skunk. Yeah. So the problem with having friends who aren't chronically online, you don't have names for them. Not great. I had to take the cat overnight. About a couple days ago. She said, "Oh God. Well, I'm glad she's okay." I'm pretty tired too. We got back at about 10 o'clock at night. And then I didn't go to bed till like 3:30 in the morning. Yeah. Don't do that. That's my sleep schedule. Like, my body does not like sleeping regularly. And so it's trying to be on nights, but I can't be on nights because I have to be awake during the day. Means food prep for later. Woo! Healthy food. What constitutes healthy food? Like, just real food. Really have to be working on better fabric. Yes, Yes. But you know what? It's a practice piece, and I can still turn even crummy fabric into an applique with iron-on interfacing. So, it'll be fine. What I should have done was do the background color first, and then do all of the designs and dragon scales, and I did not do that. You got a new Pokemon game today. Woo! I've only ever played Silver, and the way I see it is once you play one Pokemon, you've played them all, because it's just the same thing over again with better graphics. Although I have learned that the Digimon games are pretty great, and that the music is fire. Especially for the one 10 years ago. No, just Silver. Like the Game Boy Color. Tesla. I have to check Tesla's food. I haven't done that in a little bit. How's your food, buddy? You are out of food. I'll be right back, guys. Tesla wants breakfast. He can eat whatever he wants now, so now I have to, like... Yeah, he's out of food. I'll be right back. Got nugget. Buddy. There. He's got food. I'll refill his water later, but he's still got some of that, so. But he was a hungry baby. I guess he ate the last little bit of kibble he had last night. I forgot to check before I went to bed. So how are you guys today? I'm a little bit tired. And it's maraca time! And I gotta get my smaller maracas replaced because they're almost out. I haven't seen Neff and Necromancer in a little while. Necromancer wasn't here yesterday. I was a little bit worried. Because Necromancer almost never misses stream. And Neff is probably at the gym. I get worried when the regulars don't show up. I worry about everybody. Well, worry is probably too strong of a word. There's mild concern. But yeah, this is what I'm working on for my my embroidery project. The fabric that we're working with is probably not the best, but it was for beginners. I am not a beginner, but I also, like, I don't know embroidery stitches specifically. I just do whatever it is and make it work. Do I have an example of, like, basic stitches? I don't think I do. Not on me, anyways. However, I do have a screenshot from a video of that taken from the ISS. I forget what it's called. This one is a little bit beyond a sprite. Just a little bit. I do the faux tapestry. No, no, this is way, 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 way bigger than a Sprite. It's like some sort of jet. It's like an inverse, oh God, what are they called? My brain is so tired. I don't know. It's really, really powerful lightning bolts. A positive strike? Anything other than Steve? That's the summoning of Thor. That's what happens when Thor wakes up and he realizes he slept past his alarm. Oh, here. This is yep. This is a random Death Sand quote. I'm a good babysitter, like the last time I was a babysitter. Flashback 3 months ago. Okay, that's it. Coxgun, go to bed. This is no longer a request. This is now a threat. Boy's gonna child. The Rainbow Bridge. Yep. The Bifrost, perhaps. Yep. Yep. Man, can you believe if somebody from ancient times actually saw something like that, though? They would think it was a god's bridge. No, that was just in my screenshots folder. I have all sorts of things in there. Like, one of the spirits you can get in Spirit City is an otter with a jetpack. It is so cute. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I have a screenshot of, like, basic stitches, but it's alright. You'll probably find one pretty easily. Food prep done for later. What are you cooking? Wow. Wow, that's right. That is so cool. I love nature. Nature is so rad. Oh, it's too bright. Make it small. Let's go back to this. This is more interesting to look at. Is it revenge? That is a dish best served cold. If I knew how to give star shells, I would give you 2 points for that. My hand was really itchy yesterday, and I scratched it, and now I have a wound. Apparently, I'm thin-skinned. You couldn't resist? No, I wouldn't have been able to resist that either. I'm just not as witty as you are. Could you hear that? Could you hear that go by? It's called Walk. Well, a wok is a type of frying pan. You'll have to share the recipe in the dining hall. Please do. I always love new and interesting foods. I saw somebody make something called corn pop crack, and it's basically caramel popcorn, but instead of popcorn, they're using corn pops. Which apparently used to be called sugar pops at one point in time. Yes, woks are often used to make stir fries or any kind of Asian cooking. But I don't know if you heard what happened just a moment ago where I was making that, like, face. There was an airplane noise, and it was like a prop plane, but it was like really loud. And I could almost feel it. I did not tell people of the black rice yet. I had black rice yesterday at Kavach's place. We went to Kavach's place for the embroidery. And Kavach made a very delicious curry and a tandoori spatchcock chicken, but I think it was like pre-seasoned chicken. And black rice. And cauliflower. But the cauliflower came really late, and I even had a second bit of cauliflower. The chicken was cooked on the cauliflower, so it made the cauliflower a tolerable substance to eat. Because I hate cauliflower. Unless it's cauliflower cheese soup. That is one of the only ways I will consume cauliflower. Chicken was farm boy or something. Yeah, it was still pretty good. And, like, it was spicy, but I still ate it. I'm sorry I didn't have a lot of the curry. I was worried about the celery seed that you had in it. Ah, that's why the cauliflower was alright. I'm sorry, you didn't know that I hate cauliflower. So, like, you couldn't have known. It's not, I don't, like, if somebody serves me cauliflower, I'll eat it. But I actually had a second scoop of the cauliflower, so that's a testament to that it was acceptable. It's like my dad and red cabbage, except I think he actually secretly likes red cabbage. But yeah, there was black rice, and it was unusual, but it had was it like a whole grain rice, right, Kavach? It was Tigger and the broccolis, except I love broccolis. I hate cauliflower, but I love broccolis. The black rice is a whole grain rice. And so it has a different texture than what you would expect from, like, say, white rice or something. It's more like a wild rice, which I also really like wild rice because it has a wonderful flavor. Wild rice and mushrooms together, oh, so good. I have a sweet tooth, so the corn pop thing sounds yummy. Yeah, it's like Wilford Brimley heavy breathing in the background, though. Diabetes. I thought I was gonna get diabetes from watching the video. But I also really love... corn pops is one of my favorite cereals. I do like cereal, I just can't eat it because I'm fat already. So, I'm just like... I want this so badly, but also I can't make this. Because once I make it, if I make it once, I'll probably make it a second time. There's many different ways. I'm just using shredded pork, chicken broth sauce, and frozen vegetables from a bag. Still, put the recipe that you like in the dining hall, and maybe, like, take a picture of it when it's done, and share that, because I would like to see, and like to learn, and maybe one day try it. Yes, Marinite, forbidden rice, it's black rice. You put the rice in the cauliflower? It was white cauliflower and black rice, so you've got Oreo rice now. I'll be back in a second. I have to use the bathroom. Oh, you put the rice in the dining hall. I have returned with a Tesla. He's a soft baby. I was going to the bathroom and like my parents' bedroom has a door through their closet into the bathroom. So it's kind of like a master bath, but it's shared. And I'm just sitting there, and Tesla comes walking out of the closet area, and I'm like, oh. So he was in my mom's room, but her bedroom door is closed. Ah! There's the hydrate death, the concussion. So I had to open up her bedroom door to let Tesla out, because when I went in there to go get him, he ran away from me. But, like, I went and opened up her bedroom door, and he just walked out normally, right up to me. And I was like, why wouldn't you come to me in the bathroom? He always followed me into the bathroom at the other place. So now I've just got him here on my desk, sitting on the fuzzy blanket that I keep on my lap. Because we keep the house fairly cold. We turned the heating on a couple of days ago for just 1 or 2 days. I say a couple of days ago, but it was sometime last week. We had that day when it went down to -1 at night. But then we turned it off again when it went back up to 20 degrees during the day. So the house is still pretty cold. Actually, add cat storage area in my desk plans. I have a beanbag next to my desk. Tesla sits in my beanbag, the one I bought when I was like 12. I need to make an inner sack for that beanbag and then empty out all the beans and throw away the like PVC pleather that it was originally made out of, because that's probably completely disintegrated. My mom made a new denim cover for it like 15 years ago. Maybe even longer than that. But yeah, no need for a cat storage area because he prefers to sit on soft things. So like he'll never sit on the desk because he doesn't like hard surfaces. Annoyingly, I have to go out again today. I have to go to the pharmacy and have all of my medications transferred. I don't know how to do that. It was easier when I was just with shoppers, because I would just change the shopper's location. Where's my babbins? I've got a baby. He's so soft. He's very snuggly. Oh yeah, I went and opened my blinds, so now it's not so dark in here. So that I can return to the desk plan. I need to finish the actual, like, design for the little shelf thing here. Can I make a pole? I'm not sure. How do I make a pole? I've never made a pole before. I think I have to go do that from Twitch. Can't do that in OBS, I don't think. How does one make a pole? I don't know how to do this. I've never done it before. Ah! I'll go for Tepig because Tepig's cute and pigs are adorable. And fire. Well, it looks like you've got 2 votes for Totodile. And 1 for Tepig. Yeah, I have no idea how to make a pole. 2 for Tepig, 2 for Totodile. Creator dashboard. Quick actions. Start a poll. Okay. Where the fuck is quick actions? They don't make this easy. How do... Is it? I don't even know if I spelt that right. Good morning, Ross. We're about to do a poll. I've never done this before, so I'm boomering. We'll put it to 2 minutes, I guess. Start poll. There's a 2-minute poll happening. Ross is on a 3-stream streak. Woohoo! I haven't seen that, like, stream streak thing in a long time. I guess, like, it was gone for a little while. Maybe they brought it back. I don't know. But how you doing this morning, Ross? Did you make sure to have a good day yesterday? Hey guys, you gotta make sure you vote. Tried my best to have a good day until my dad called and kept insisting on me finishing the exhausting yard work before it gets too cold. Don't you live in Florida? Tesla's still sitting here on my desk on this blanket, being pet. Further up the East Coast, a few states shop Canada. Oh, okay. Oh, we've got a tie in the poll. I guess we'll have to do a reverse poll. Chikorita will win. Because people can't decide between Totodile and Tepig. We have to go with the opposite of what everybody wants. It's opposite day. Well, good luck there, Death. Let us know what you picked in the end. Makes muffled pyro noises from Team Fortress 2. Lol. You'll pick Chikorita and call it chat. Honestly, I like all three of those Pokemon equally. They're all pretty good. It's rare when there's a starter set where I'm like, all three of these are good. Alright, let's play around with this a little bit. I'm gonna turn off the bed. We're gonna take the whole desk boulder. This is like the world's worst perspective. One thing I do know is that right about here, there's a hole in the desk. It's one of those holes for putting your cords through, so I gotta remember that that's there. Because of my chat and their indecisiveness. To be fair, if you discount my vote, then Totodile won. Now's a good time to consider if your desk needs to be a bit higher or lower, or if it needs a drawer or something. I have the measurements somewhere for the original Hemnis desk. if I just go to the actual Hemnes desk, they always have the measurements. So let's see where this desk is sitting at in terms of height in comparison, because this one feels a little bit off for me. So this one is 28 3/8, and it feels a bit short, and that's why. That's why it feels off, because I'm used to sitting at the 29 1/8. Like, even that little bit of a difference makes a lot. Also, somehow door was unlocked. Need a new lock. Not that'll help. I like Chikorita, and is like the underdog start in Pokemon Silver. Was that an option in Silver? Yeah, so the Hemnes desk that I'm used to working at is just slightly taller, and that's why, like, this one feels a little bit off for me, because I'm used to something else. I really enjoy the low desk slide out work surface drawers. I don't want to build anything too complicated. Like, I'm not putting in the drawers or the cabinet in this one, because that's just more stuff to deal with. And I want to have less stuff. Like, having a little drawer wouldn't be too bad, but honestly, like... eh. I wish they had more detailed pictures of the actual parts so that I could see what they're like around the posts in the corner. I think I need pine 1x2s to make the legs. And they're probably just gonna be it would be better to have 2x2s and cut the corner out for the corner pieces, but I do have the instructions for the dresser. Oh wait, no. The instructions for the dresser were on the computer. Well, it's like an L joint, right? It's like an L piece. And they're pine. That's just how the desk was built originally. Ah, man, Ross, I'm sorry. Sorry your family's so stressful. Yeah, the only part of this desk that I have left is the top part. So, the idea was just to cut out the drawers and the cupboard, and just to have the surface of the desk and some legs. Yay, my morning isn't stressful. Can't fucking have that. Nope. Why can't you enjoy life? I know the world is scary right now, but it's only going to get worse. Don't make me pull open my memes folder. Look, things can get worse or they can get better. It can go either way. That's the thing. And we just have to work a little bit harder to make it better. But there are plenty of people who are working hard to make it better. And like all the people in Boston who are protesting ICE, and they're like, it's a war zone. Not Boston, sorry, Portland. And then I posted in the memery a bunch of people in like inflatable costumes just dancing in front of the ICE facility. and the news, like even Fox can't claim that Portland is a war zone without straight up showing footage that is false. Other brother needs a car to get home from work. Well, we technically have 2 cars. We have no idea what could happen. You have 2 cars, but you're not going to use them. Just on the off chance that something might happen. I would say, you know, that's what 911 is for, but also, like, ambulance fees in America are stupid. Like, they're just straight up stupid. You know how much it costs to use the ambulance in Canada? $100. That's it. Like, we have 2 cars, but one of them doesn't work. And my brother still hasn't sold it for scrap, because that's all it is scrap. Yeah, like, in Canada, I think it's free if it's an actual emergency. If it's, if it's like, well, we could take you now, or you could get there by yourself, kind of quote-unquote emergency. I think it costs $100 for the ride, and that's just to, like, cover gas and maintenance and stuff. Because if it's not an emergency, like a true emergency, like they're wheeling you away and you're dying emergency, then I think it's just $100. And that's to that's to discourage from using them as like a taxi service to the hospital. And I think that's the only reason. Because some people will do that. They're like, I don't want to pay for a taxi to the hospital and I don't have a car or I can't drive. And so they'll call, like, emergency services and be like, I need to go to the hospital. I think there's a street sweeper going by. Somehow, the suburban neighborhood is more noisy. I think it's because, like, there's a lot less noise here, so any noise you do hear is really loud. Oh, poor Tesla. Niggies. Oh, I think my dad's cutting my mom's hair. Oh, and the plane that went by earlier was apparently a helicopter. Didn't sound like a helicopter, but apparently it was. My dad is overseas and isn't easy to contact in the moment, so I'd leave the choice up to him. My other issue is how he never pays us for anything, gas included. Also, my other issue is because when the SUV got scratched, I was the one who was tasked to get the car to an auto body shop, and before that, I had to take the car to a few auto body shops to get estimates on how much it would cost to repair it, because the SUV is new. We do get the Chinooks over here. Huh? Oh, the helicopters. I thought you were talking about the weather event, and I was like... Yeah, it didn't sound like a normal helicopter, so maybe it was a Chinook. Took me a second. I was like, why is Kavach talking about that? I was very, very, very confused. They knew, but the car is like less than a year old technically. When Dad got it, had 9 miles out of the factory from Mexico. I'd say that's pretty new. We buy used cars. We don't typically buy new cars here, but like the Jetta that we have, that's a Bora. It's labeled as Bora, but it's a Jetta, which is my parents' car, which is the one that's still running. It was only, what, a year or two old at the time, but it was like an executive company car. So it came with all of the bells and whistles, like a 5-disc changer, heated and leather seats, and like it was nice. It had the sunroof and tinted windows. Like it was a nice car. And there weren't very many kilometers on it either. Like it was great. Ooh, thanks for the watch streak, Death. Enjoy your extra 350 star shells. Yeah, like it was a regular Jetta, but they had gone through like changing the name to the European name, so they got like the European tag of Bora on it, because apparently they don't call it a Jetta in Europe anymore. Because apparently, like, in one of the European languages, it means garbage. Or it sounds too close to the word for trash. Yeah, I'm debating over what to do now. I think I'm also just a bit upset over just how he's like constantly asking for things but returns next to nothing. When are you gonna get your own car? When it's affordable? From the well, when he asks you that question, you just tell him that I'll get my own car when you give me the money you owe me so that I can buy my car. Just keep pestering him, Ross. You need to really, really get that money back. Like when I loan a friend like 10 or 20 bucks, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Like, I don't care. Even though, like, I don't make much myself. But, like, 4 figures, like, holy shit, that's a lot of money. Yep. I keep pressing it. Every time somebody asks you about why you don't have this thing, because this thing costs money, and, you owe me this much. And start doing it in front of other people, too. If there are other people and he says something like that, say it in front of them. How much he actually owes you. And just keep pressing it. And if he gets embarrassed, you'll be like, well, if you don't want to be embarrassed, maybe you should fucking pay up. Because, like, holy shit. If somebody owed me that much money, I'd be furious that they're not paying it back. I would be so furious. How long has it been since you loaned him that money? Yes, you do need to grow a spine, Ross. I'll say it. There's being diplomatic, and then there's being a doormat. But 3 years, yeah, no, I think he's had more than enough time to save up that much money. Especially since he has a job, right? If he has a job and he needs a car to get to work for that job, and people are expecting you to drive him there, or you to drive everybody other places, like, how are you supposed to have time for yourself and say, like, you're writing or something, and, you know, job searching for yourself and making life better for yourself if you don't have time to do anything? Yep, payment plan time. Or Judge Judy that shit. If you really want to embarrass him, take him on something like Judge Judy. If such a thing even still exists in America. Just find the time, Ross. You've got no ties to no one. Wow. You're not a father. You're not tied down to anything. It was God's plan that you didn't have any kids. And God tells me that my brother has to pay me back so that I can get a job and a car and get on with my life so that maybe I can have kids if I wanted to. Just because somebody isn't a parent doesn't mean that they have time on their fucking hands. Holy shit. You're not a father, Ross. I'm not irresponsible, Mom. I didn't have kids when I couldn't afford to raise them, Mom. I'm not irresponsible. You just tell her that next time she says that. Promise me you'll do those things, Ross. Just put your foot down and say, I'm not irresponsible. I didn't have kids when I couldn't afford to raise them and give them a good life. Why don't you have a car, Ross? Oh, probably because you owe me 4 figures worth of money. brother from 3 years. You've had more than enough time. Maybe you should pay it. And if he asks for money again, you can be like, no, you can go to one of those payday loan places. Because I'm not your bank. And I'm not a loan shark. If you're going to be irresponsible with your money, you can go be irresponsible to someone with the power to do something about it. And you might have to consider actually doing something about it, Ross, because it sounds like he's never going to pay you back. He's just hoping that if he lets it go long enough, he'll be able to get away with it. And you might have to do something about it. The same thing with fuckface who steals your shit, steals anything from you again, go to the cops. I don't care what your mom says, because you know what your brother's gonna do? He's gonna steal from your parents too. He probably already has. Sometimes you just gotta, that years ago, let it go. Well, maybe you should take responsibility for what you did years ago, and then I'll let it go. Like, pay me the money that stuff you stole from me was worth, or buy me new ones. It was years ago, but those were my things, so you've got to pay me back for them. Either buy new ones or give me the money for a new one, because that's what I would have had to pay to replace them. It doesn't matter that it was years ago. You still stole from someone. I understand there's, this thing called statute of limitations, but we're not working within the law here. We're working within the law of family. I hate when my mom was like, you're just upset over your brother stealing from you because you're frustrated with your life. Excuse me? I would be upset if anybody stole anything from me, whether it was my brother or some random hobo or a billionaire. I would be upset either way because it's my stuff. Like, holy shit. An implication being that if I wasn't here because I'd been doing better, I'd never be in a spot to get my stuff stolen from me. Yeah, that is 100% victim blaming. Your mom is a piece of shit. Or even saying somehow if things were going better, I could shrug off getting my shit stolen. Nobody just shrugs that sort of thing off. It's a violation of your person and your property. Under the law, your brother would be charged with theft. If he ever does it again, Ross, for the love of God, and all that is holy, whether you believe in it or not, just report him to the police and have him charged with theft. There comes a point, the whole thing, blood is thicker than water, is bullshit. Because your family can be the first to betray you at the drop of a hat, if it benefits them. There are plenty of family members who don't give a shit about anybody other than themselves. So, blood is thicker than water is bullshit. I think the bonds that we create with others are the strongest. Like, my family's pretty tight. I know we would never betray each other. Like, the people in this household, I am, 1,000% certain we would all die for each other. I keep telling my parents to leave the house to my brother because he's the one who's actually successful in life. And they're like, no, we're giving stuff equally. I'm like, no, just give it to him. I don't deserve it, man. We flatter those we scarcely know. We please the fleeting guest. And deal full many a thoughtless blow to those who love us best. That is really good and apt and true. What about me? I don't deserve it. He's more successful than I am. He's the one who can actually get jobs. I'll just suffer. Go live in the woods. Be a bog witch, I don't know. This is the sworn enemy, you know what you're gonna face. Yeah. I have been backstabbed by people I believed were friends before. And it's taken me a long time to be able to trust others again, and to be able to accept that most of humanity is not, in fact, terribly evil. But a good portion of our population are very selfish. And I think that just comes down to nurture. I know there's the whole nature versus nurture thing, but my brother is one of the kindest people I know. I still have a bit of a mean streak in me. My brother is a much better person than I am. And, I'm always trying to grow as a person and surround myself with people who are good, who will temper me so that I learn to be better. I don't like to be a bad person, but I know I can be, and I hate that about myself. So, yeah. If people wonder why I'm just like, oh, no, I don't deserve good things, it's because that's how I feel. I just, I want good things. But I also want to earn those things. And I don't feel like I'm in a place where I earn those things. Necromancer are always donating gifted subs and paying me lots of money for my art. I know my art is worth money. I take so long to do it, though, that, I need to find a different career because I just can't keep up. But at least my shoulder injury is a little bit better. It was actually at this desk that I'm sitting at now where I got that shoulder injury from drawing too much. That caused the permanent damage to my right shoulder. And I do feel it at this desk a little bit, and I think it's because it's just that little bit too short. It's kind of ironic. Even though, like, I'm sitting in a different kind of chair, I always have, like, a certain, I don't know, physical resting point, and a desk that's just a little bit too short just doesn't work for me. Ah! Sorry, I got serious again. But yeah, like, you see a little bit of my mean streak when I tell you to put your foot down, Ross. And that's just from, you know, my years of experience getting fucked over by other people. I just got sick of it, and putting my foot down really, really helped. Welcome back, Cora. But yeah, sometimes you have to have a little bit of a mean streak in order to protect yourself from those who would take advantage of you. Because they're the ones without the scruples. But you have to be sure not to turn that mean streak outwards on people who don't deserve it. And sometimes I have a little bit of trouble moderating that. I say things sometimes that sound like I'm being mean, but I'm just being practical. And that's the most frustrating part. It's like, why are you blaming this from? Like, I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just stating facts. I'm sorry if you can't handle them. But then I feel bad afterwards because I made somebody else feel bad. And I just want people to have good days. Because the world is kind of a shitty place right now, and just want people to have better days and think about each other. Put yourself in others' shoes to see things from different perspectives. But in the case of your family, Ross, yes, the cars are your dad's, so he has final say. Your brother has a job and a family, and he owes you a lot of money. So he should be paying you back for that. Because if he had gone to a payday loans place, he would have paid that off lickety-split, because the interest would have been wild. And that's why he went to you instead of a payday loans place. Because he knew he could take advantage of you. And maybe get away with never having to pay that money back. I'm sorry, but if my brother... he has money for Bitcoin, but he doesn't have money to pay you back, that's bullshit. Take him to court. I do have some crypto, but it's from a site called Steemit, which I earned by uploading videos, because it was like a YouTube alternative, but it was more democratized. But the thing is, like, the way it worked is you had to download the videos and host them via the blockchain in order to earn money or to, like, upload anything. So if you uploaded it and then you deleted it from your computer, it would delete the video, so it basically just didn't exist. And you couldn't get rid of the posting, so the video was just gone. And it was stupid. Neff! Good morning. Thanks for the streech. And the hydrate. That was a good streech. And we have taken our maracas today. But yeah, I'm thinking of logging into my Steemit, converting it to Bitcoin, and then just taking whatever value it has in Canadian dollars and just getting that. Just getting straight out of that crypto, because then I don't have to keep the key. Just delete it. Delete me from that blockchain. But also, he's got money for Bitcoin. But he hasn't got money to pay you back. That's stupid. That's enraging. Everybody just assumes you have nothing better to do. Yeah, because you're an artist and you're unemployed. Yeah. If I knew how, I would make a site like DeviantArt. And not allow people to upload AI stuff. Like, it would be nice to create a platform that's kind of like, probably like builds off of Mastodon, but it's for artists. But man, servers are expensive. The electricity costs are insane, and with the AI stuff driving up electricity costs everywhere. I mean, see, that's where it's questionable, because it's like, you didn't make the thing. Yeah, these people, they like TV shows, movies. They probably like games, cool graphics. That's all art. You know who had to design the Windows interface? An artist of some sort. Be that they're a designer, but they still had to have artistic knowledge and understanding of design principles. See, the website I want to make is more geared towards artists, kind of like ArtStation and stuff, but like really, like if you upload AI, you get banned, your account gets disabled, or it gets permanently labeled. And I want it to be more democratic. And also, you know, one of those sites where it's like, oh, you've uploaded not safe for work stuff. Let's tag this and make sure that that people people know, and that people who don't want to see that stuff don't see it, and have very strict categories for that. But also don't disallow not safe for work stuff, because yeah. And the problem with DeviantArt is like that bullshit's everywhere. And you go to DA now and it's nothing but AI and nothing but porn. And AI porn. And it's bad. It's kind of like the meme that back in the day when DeviantArt was nothing but like really terrible Sonic fan art. And the MLP fan art. Thanks for the hydrate, Cora. Sorry, I was thinking about something pretty hard there when that came in. Yeah, and then DeviantArt has done some questionable things where they're like, "Oh, we'll have you know, we'll have our own AI and have it trained." As soon as they did that, like, the only reason I still use DA is because, like, I've been there since 2004, right? Other than my Hotmail address, it's the oldest site on the internet that I've used. But the other thing that I want to add to it is, like, that one Sonic OC, you know, Cold Steel. I don't know Cold Steel. The only one I'm really aware of is Sonic Chew. And Cora has also redeemed a Street. Oh yeah. Okay, another big Street in here. Oh, here comes Mommy. What you doing, Mommy? What you doing? My mom's in the hall. Tesla's at my door drinking water. He's thirsty. What are you doing? Did you get your hair cut? Oh, you cleaned the back? Oh, okay. Okay, I saw Papa go up there with a little broom thing, so I thought he'd cut your hair. Oh. Apparently my mom just cleaned the bathroom.
Cora says, I have woken for another day and I will use my continued existence to concuss the almighty Seeker.
I have woken up another day and I will use my continued existence to concuss the almighty Seeker. Ouch! Cora! Oh, he wants your door open again, I think. Tesla just went and stood in front of my mommy, a little black cat back arch thing. And he's waiting for her to open her door, and then he looked up at her when she did, and she went, "Hi," and then he turned around and walked away back into my room. He just wants the door open. I think he just hates closed doors. Good morning, Beetlejuice. There's your hydrate. My coffee is already cold. Oh, don't worry about it. You show up when you mean to, and that's perfectly on time. We're just doing another chillin' session today. We're just hanging out and chit-chatting. Trying to encourage Ross to stand up for himself and, you know, better his life by telling people off when they should be told off. You're up at 3 a.m. to take your mom to the airport. Where's she going? I went to bed at like 3:30 in the morning. Tesla. I heard him. I heard him beep. I mean, yes, she was going to the airport. Where's she going from the airport? That's the question. Airport is merely a transportation hub. coffee's done. I can have my Coke Zero now. Oh. Yeah, I mean, that's always a concern. It's a fair concern. Well, something about health. Because gesund is health in German. The rest of it... She's going to bunker down and enjoy the warm weather. Yep, just don't go outside during the No Kings protest. If you're not American, you don't need to really be out there. Wish her good and be good health in Old English. I got the health part right. It's so fucked up that it feels easier to just roll over, but I can't let this continue. Exactly. Don't give up, because that's when the evil wins. My mom's just standing in my door watching Tesla. The kittens are murdering each other and I'm the arena. Nice. Gesund is also pronounced gesund, by the way. Well, in German it's pronounced gesund. At least in modern German it's gesund. But you can see where that word split off. And we use health instead, which I'm not sure where that word came from, but a lot of Old English is very Germanic in nature, which is really neat. I love linguistic anthropology. It's one of my favorite subjects. To see how like language evolves over time. It makes me very happy. It's fascinating, especially in the age of the internet when language is evolving so fast. Look at the way the Zoomies speak even over Gen Alpha and versus even the millennials. Like, our language changed so fast because of internet culture and the speed of information. It's really, really fascinating. Like, modern linguistics is just fascinating. Because you can apply linguistic anthropology to modern linguistics. It's just so much fun to see like where turns of phrases came from. Even hand gestures. I saw something on Blue Sky yesterday about like the high five and the dap. And the history of those. Both of which were actually from African American culture. So it was people of color who created the high five and the dap, which is really neat. It's like, I didn't know that. I thought a high five was a gesture that we've just had for a very, very long time. But even like something like as simple as a handshake is still very cultural. Hold still, I'm going to linguistically anthropologize you. I got a 99 in linguistic anthropology, and only because they weren't allowed to give me 100. They had to find something wrong with my final paper just to not give me 100. And they didn't even tell me what it was. They're just like, 98 in your final paper. Or no, I think I got 100 on my final paper. It was, I got 98 on one of my quizzes. I think that's what it was, because I clicked the wrong thing, because it was one of those confusing questions. Yeah. Family, live your fucking life, Ross. Also, family, we need you for everything. If you were somewhere else, this would not happen. I'll eventually teach Say to understand my funny words. Guess one good thing from yesterday was, again, the art edits I did, and one I did post to the Discord. I may post others. Funnily enough, health is an Old English word. Interesting. Health. Health. I wonder why we switched from gesund to health. If they're both Old English terms for, well, health. And the health, when you think about it, in English, is a pretty strange word in itself. So are the origins of that one, are they more like in the like Gaelic, perhaps? Gesund means to be healthy. I'm assuming the other one is just general wellness. Well, both are Germanic. Wow. There isn't a lot of sounds in German. Well, I mean, the Vikings were a pretty solid culture. They weren't all just, you know, pillage and fire. They had quite a structure to their society, and you could go from being a noble to being a slave quite easily. They were actually, in a ways, rather democratic, and had a fair amount of gender equality. There's even some suggestion that that they had people in their society who were essentially gender neutral or trans, and it didn't matter. If you were a warrior, you were a warrior. Health is the concept, Kasint is the adjective. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I can understand why we just eventually pared it down to being both just one name, one word. Because language tends to naturally equalize itself for efficiency as well, which is also something that's kind of neat. I bet you one day, like, Gen Z and Gen Alpha are gonna look back on their days of, like, their no-cap Riz, skibbity, toilet, whatever bullshit that they're talking about, and realize just how fucking cringe they are. And they'll be like, why were we like this? Like, even using the term cringe is cringe in a way. But also, like, it's very descriptive, whereas, like, skibbity, riz, no cap, I don't understand, like, maybe it's me boomering, but they're not very descriptive words. And skibbity is more of a, like, meme culture. I will never understand skibbity toilet. I just don't. I won't even go see what it is because it just sounds so dumb that I can't even. It most likely comes down to have the Normans and the Danes change their language. how the Normans and the Danes changed their language. Well, that's the reason why we no longer have grammatical gender. Yeah, I'm glad that we don't. Because that's so dumb and arbitrary. I hate the languages where they gender nouns. Because there's no rules for it. It's just, this is the way we've always done it. And therefore, we're gonna keep doing it. And I'm just like, yeah. But why, though? I'm just gonna do these behind lines. Because then I can see them, I know they're there, but they're not confusing my brain by being like, we're part of this. Hey Cap, how's it going? Thanks for coming by. Nothing else to do in the hospital. Why are you in the hospital? Are you okay? Is your partner okay? Is everything okay? Cap. Maybe I'll just give him the fucking garden. What? It's better than the front. those gendered nouns. Fuck. Refusing to use their stuff and rather go further since it's more respectful. Females, your bridges. Can't contact my dad within the time frame allowed for this crap. Just sitting here in the hospital with my wife. She slipped it. Oh no! God, I hope you have insurance. Yeah, I know, you're boomering with your phone, I understand. Okay, good, good. Oh, my God. So worried about you Americans. You caused me a concern. Young whippersnapper. It's nice not to be the oldest one for once. I hope the wife feels better soon. Slip discs really suck. We are presently designing furniture. And we're doing more just chatting than art, so that's why we're in the just chatting category. You know how old Cap is, but not saying it? I have a pretty good idea of how old Cap is. I'm pretty sure he's told me his age. It's funny when you see the word bitch. I want to say biche. Bisa. Or female dog is mask. So the word bitch is actually mask. But it's the word for female dog. You see, that's what I mean by, like, these gendered nouns. They have no rules. Bich. Biches. Luckily, I must buy an expert from my own issues. Yeah. Wow. Woman is mask. Yeah, see, this is why, like, gendering things just doesn't make any sense. Wifeman. Wifman. A whoa man. You see, the way I settled myself with the term man is just, it's short for human, which is just the name of our species. There's a woman in the next room over who screams like a goat for some reason. Ah! Get a sound clip, make it go viral. But, like, yeah, she's probably in pain. Yeah, I shouldn't laugh, but I am. Look, it's Schadenfreude. One of the best words to come out of the German language. I love how Germans just love, just have words for whole complex concepts. It's one of my favorite things about German. And then they're like super compound words where it's like 5 words in one. And again, it's just like a concept. Whiff is femme, whereas man is mask. I'm guessing wife. It should be neutral. Yeah. I'm getting more and more comfortable with a nickname I have, William. Feel comfortable with it? Well, hey, that's important. I wouldn't even know where to start pronouncing that one, Cap. Flossinopsinification? Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious? Anyway, are we talking about gender? I shouldn't put myself in because this is recorded. Well, you don't have to. We're talking about gender and language because we were talking about like Germanic versus English and Old English and linguistic anthropology bullshit and strange gendered languages like French and German where they just have like they apply gender to just fucking everything willy-nilly and it's confusing and there's no rules. That's why we're talking about gender. It's language stuff. Like Cora and I were talking about the other day when you popped into the chat. There's language nerd stuff. Need to study the way fantasy spells. I must learn the true spelling of my mother tongue. He's just typing nonsense. You don't have dyslexia. Spelling is hard. Words are hard. Besides, like, there's something about, like, English as a second language is really difficult. And your first is first language is what, Norwegian. So, you tend to spell things phonetically, especially dyslexic people spell things phonetically, so the way we spell stuff is how we interpret the sounds of the letters. And so there's comfortable, but it's comfortable, but it's the way we say it, especially like depending on regional accents. Like if you're listening to someone who was English, they would probably say comfortable, whereas in Canada we say comfortable. And then there's the Ottawa Valley flap, where we turn our T's into D's. So when I say Ottawa, you hear it. But when Adlington says Ottawa, he says Ottawa, the way you're supposed to say it. And that's because he's English. And those are like regional differences in the way we say things is really fascinating too. And this is where dialects sort of occur. And we had a lot more dialects within languages because we had a lot less information sharing, and the speed of information and language creep was a lot slower in, say, medieval Europe and, you know, even early America than it is now, where you can see whole internet languages just pop up basically what seems like overnight. English as a first language is very difficult, especially with all the culture nonsense baked in. Yeah, but that's what's so fascinating about it, right? Like, you look at Gen Alpha and they say things like rib and riz and skibbity and no cap, and you're looking at those terms and you're like, what the fuck does that mean? Yep. And then yes, the censorship stemming from like TikTok and YouTube, like unalived and grapist and like a PDF file. Like American scones. Baked in. I know more English words than Norwegian words. Yeah, Norwegian is a confusing mess because it's so old, but English is also a confusing mess because it's taken all of those old languages and mashed them together nonsensically. Yes, Riz is a Gen Z thing. It changed meaning with Gen Alpha. I thought, like, Riz was, like, like, God, what is it? No cap means, like, no lie. I'm not sure where that was picked up from. Yeah, charisma, thank you. That was the word I was looking for. Just use charisma. To riz someone up means to, like, apply your charisma in a way that's flirtatious. And, like, of all of the, like, Gen Z terms, I think, like, riz and fit, like, as in, like, your outfit, are the ones that I'm most okay with. But if anybody says skibbity in a conversation, like whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean, plus 1,000 aura. See, that's like, that's like the term lol. When people started saying lol in conversation, it was like, it was out of irony. So whenever I say lol, it's usually means I am laughing ironically at this. Not actually laughing out loud, because otherwise I would just laugh. Laugh! Just a Jacksepticeye just slap the nearest wall. What do you mean, lol? 6-7 is a newish one. Yeah, that one I just don't get. I just don't understand the 6-7 thing. Someone says skibbity in front of me, someone's getting decked. Yeah, exactly. Oh, 7. Yep, that's just a salute. That's just an emote. That's a different form of communication. It's emoticons and ASCII. Another form of communication. One time, I ironically said capital D : but I had a fever all weekend. I was helping to run a convention. I was second in command of security, and we had been awake for basically 3 days, and I got to touch $20,000 in cash with my bare hands, and I was like, oh, capital D : and I just killed our con chair. She had to kneel on the floor, gripping the table for support as she laughed. She almost actually raffled. It was very close to a true raffle moment. Yep, capital D : I was whacked out of my mind. This is in like 2007. It was hilarious. I think it was actually 2006 that I did that. It's too long. That's why we don't. That's why we use a laugh. Laugh! Oh, I love Jacksepticeye. Some 16th century asshole wrote, God be with you, in a letter as an abbreviation for God be with ye, and appeared as goodbye. And that's where goodbye came from. And now we just say bye. Slams whiteboard. Instead of saying lol, you just say slams whiteboard. Stop screaming, never! Oh, L is for what? L is for lovers. song is stuck in my head. Put it all together, and what do you get? Laugh! Just slap my desk. I hope you all felt that. Alice for lovers who love one another. Thanks for the hydrate, Death. Let's clean up this terrible perspective, shall we? While we're faffing about here. I think I hear Rio barking already. What does fun stand for? I actually don't know. So they're prepping Discharger today. Yay! Useless noob, yep. I am an alpha gamer. Peg leg silly Billy? Half-ish friends who do stuff together. F? Wait, noob is censored. Well, it's not censored for me. Let me go check the actual channel. No, noob is not censored for me. You might have, the word filter turned on. I think you can go into your chat settings and turn that off. America's being censored. Yeah, you probably have it, you probably have your word filter turned on. Twitch thinks you're a child, Cap. Still doesn't make any sense. This 28-year-old boomer just got complicated with segue. Evan! Hi, Evan. How you doing? Thanks for stopping by. It's been so long. What does the fox say? This is uncensored. Okay, you got your chat settings right. Yeah, I just need to use a gosh darn perspective ruler. I remember the RuneScape days when noob was relevant. Fresh. See, like, the perspective on this desk is super off. I mean, it's better than it was. I think that's... Oh, I forgot that this is the layer with that thing on it. And I've been AFK from everything for a while. Yeah, it's alright. I'm just glad you're back. I don't know what your emergency was, but I hope everything's alright, Evan. I know things were probably like scuffed for a while for you there. Delayed head trauma. Thanks for the hydrate, Cora. I'm bad at perspective, apparently. But I did just, like, sketch this out with reckless abandon. Alright, I wanted to... What is still on this layer? I think it's supposed to be a little bit more like that. Ugh, I think I'm making it worse. It's not like I actually tried to do proper perspective when I started sketching this out, and now I'm just working with all these messed up layers. The least I can do is try and get these pieces straight so that they're, you know, not absolute, complete and utter chaos. So that makes a little bit more sense. Skibbity toilet now, as I hear. It's not perspective, it's isometric, which is appropriate for architecture. Although isometric is used on objects for design, perspective is more for architecture and interior design. I also have to change out the mattress when we get home by myself. Oh, yay! Did you guys get a new mattress for her? That's better for her back? Is that how she threw out her disc? It's definitely not perfect, but it's getting there. It's starting to be better. My architecture classes were isometric. That was ages ago. Perspective is for client rendering. Ah. I just want a cleaner idea of what I'm working with here, right? these lines. This was just supposed to be quick. I didn't know you took architecture classes. I wanted to be an architect, and I also wanted to be an interior. There's lots of things that I wanted to be. Let's just face it, I'll never be any of those things. Or maybe I'll just be all of them at once. I can design my own buildings and whatnot. I do that. Forgot that's a thing. Is that sufficiently cut off enough? Maybe that. This looks like hell. So somewhere in here. The lines aren't connected. Ah, I think I see where it is. Okay. My dad's waking my brother up for coffee. You've got to go now? Alright, well, I'll see you later, Ross. Try to have a good day. Remember to stand up for yourself. See you later, Cap. As well. Only eating 2 yogurts today. I notice I'm grumpy. Well, then you should eat the walk food that you're making. Most work is blueprints anyways, yeah. If what does the fox say does not have you get the shotgun out already, then I am pleased to assist. Get a lot out of the front side in plain view. Yeah. She has MS. Oh man, MS sucks too. Just trying to get a full mattress in and out of my trailer is gonna be fun. Yeah. Oh, you had some in your high school. Man, I am jealous. I would have taken those courses in a heartbeat. Is that H. Paternus whistling in the background we hear? Yeah, my dad. He's a really good whistler. Ow! You slammed me in the face! Thank you for the hydrate. I'm not a trained architect, but my experience in experimentation has led me to view isometric as a tool. I don't apply to room design. Makes cool maps for D&D though. Yeah. You said that toilet meme thing. Some is not funny. Trying to put you out of your misery. What? And Neff has redeemed a posture check. Everybody on Shrimp Thine Spines. Give yourself a little gentle stretch. Wave back and forth. Loosen things up. Like seaweed in the ocean current, you just gotta be flexible. Yeah, I applied to interior design, and they're like, oh, you didn't take the right math in high school. So I went back for an extra semester of high school to take the math, and halfway through that semester, they changed the requirements, and then I was still taking the wrong math again. And it was like, ah! And so I never went into interior design. I went into police foundations instead. And then I never became a police officer. I'm always choosing the wrong thing in my life. Always. Yeah, this desk is all kinds of fucked up, but that's the basics of this desk. I need to decide on the shelf a bit more still. God, this is ghastly. I wish I could put like an extra point right where my mouse is so that I could manipulate between these points to drag certain portions of the image down. I'm using Clip Studio Paint. Can't afford Adobe products. Control points? If I were using the pen tool, yeah. But I'm not using a vector. I don't think you can do control points. Yeah. No, you can't. You can't do control points in the free transform tool. Unless, like, I'm misunderstanding. Yeah, like if I was working with vector lines, fixing this wouldn't be a problem. If I had just used the perspective ruler, it would have been so much easier to do this. Well, that's what I was doing with the free transform. If you hold control, you can skew. So those were the shifts that I was making like this. But because the perspective problems lie within portions of the picture itself that I can't access, adjustments need to be made in other places. I could probably try the liquify tool, but it tends to pull things. But mostly I just want to get like the concept of the desk down and then refine the idea to the point where I can start mapping out parts for it. Part of the problem is like my computer's on my desk. Oh, see you later. I'm probably going to end stream very soon because I do have to go to the pharmacy, and so they have a couple of days to contact the other pharmacy and get my prescriptions sent over and fill them out and stuff, because some of my prescriptions are controlled. So I'm probably going to end stream very soon. But yeah, I have to have my monitor on my desk and my desktop, my tower, and I actually didn't know that about you, Captain. I am learning carpentry from scratch, beginner. I love carpentry. I love working with wood. Every time I work with wood, I always find myself very happy. I like the smell of cut wood. Like plan drawing or blueprints? Welcome, Conk. Good morning. Welcome back. It's still morning for 5 more minutes, and also stream for 5 more minutes. Awful pep rally has ended. Oh, fun. Ugh. Ah. Oh god, Conk, all the things all at once. Look, everybody untrimp your spines and just go straight into a stretch. There you go. Conk, aren't you, like, in college or something? I went to school for it, got second in my class, 99%. Nice. Yeah, I probably should have gone into carpentry. We need people in the trades. And, that job can't be replaced by AI because you actually have to build up, you know, carpenter stuff. AI ain't gonna do that. Got back from lunch, nothing happening yet. But, like, aren't you in college? Conk? The way you talk about school, like pep rallies and stuff, sounds very high school. And like a really tight schedule, forced to go to pep rallies. Did get our teacher fired to pass our exams? What the hell? Okay, Cap, you definitely have to come back on Monday and tell us that story. Cap is the only person I question his capabilities only because we're friends. Ha! If you remember, well, we'll have somebody remind you. You have to come and tell us that story. Cora, I'll leave you in charge of that. Have Cap come back on Monday and tell us the story about getting his teacher fired in order to pass. But yeah, if you have any tips for me, I will gladly take them. If you know any good tutorials for beginner carpenters. Both my grandfathers were carpenters, and they were quite skilled. I'm just starting out. I didn't get to know Opa very well because he died when I was 6, but Grandpa passed away in like 2009, but I think he was still of the old mindset that girls don't do that kind of stuff, so he never really taught me anything. Though he did make me a sword one time. I think he was, when I was like 8 or 9, he made me a sword out of pine and cedar, and it was a sword that I had designed, and I keep it on the wall above my door. You're gonna meta, but you have nothing? It's alright. We're about to end stream anyways. As a matter of fact, we should go find someone to raid if Evan is already getting started. Maybe we'll wait a few minutes to see if he starts up and we'll raid into him. And we might play some Minecraft on Monday on Perf server. Thanks for the hydrate, Cora. Got the Evan Lit Live banner. Nice. The best thing to do as a beginner carver is make a square box, a perfectly square box. That I can actually do. Believe it or not. But all of the tools and stuff are all really packed away. Like, this house is full. No more is being added into this house, and I'm trying desperately to get rid of it. Get rid of stuff, so. As I was talking, nice. So, we'll raid. All in caps, for me at least, because my caps lock was on. But we are going to raid Evan Blair Art because we haven't done so in a little while, and he was nice enough to come and hang out with us today. He at least you said hello, so we'll go see him. We're off sailing to other waters. Franz, may you wash ashore after a safe journey. So, I'll see you next time. You all have a great weekend. And Captain, I will definitely ask you any questions that I might come up with. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming. And have a fantastic weekend. Necromancer, thank you for lurking. I saw you there. Everybody have a great day. And a great weekend. I love you. Bye-bye.